Hey guys, welcome back. This is Kadron. I did it. Day 1, Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days on Steam. I loaded up the game earlier just to make sure I get all my settings and everything correct, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. If you watched my previous video going through the demo and everything, you're going to see a lot of familiar stuff. All of these early scenes are actually going to be in that first video. I'm choosing not to skip anything. The game is fully voice acted, so as soon as the characters are done talking, I'm going to press a button and just skip through. I had tried doing auto. Auto actually went very, very slow. This is Yuki Ichidoji, by the way. I introduced her in the demo video. She is our main character. But as soon as the characters are done with their voice acting, that is when I'll skip into the next line. Auto was just unfortunately too slow, and I was looking at 15 minutes just to get through some talking when I know we want to see the card fights. I am going to be skipping the tutorial again. Going through the demo, I feel like I learned plenty beforehand, so I just don't feel the need to go through the tutorial at all. Oh, some of this isn't voice acted. So when we get to parts that aren't voice acted like this, I'm pretty much just reading it all in my head with the game being voice acted. I don't want to try to talk because these voice actors are going to do a way better job than I do trying to do these lines. Some history on me while we get through this beginning part. I know in the demo I skipped a lot of it, so I'm giving everyone a chance to be able to read this, but some history on me. When Cardfight Vanguard debuted, I had a friend pick up the Blaster Blade Royal Paladin starter and the Dragonic Overlord starter. I believe I played the Blaster Blade starter and he played the Overlord starter, and I lost. I lost horribly. But after playing it, I really fell for the Overlord deck after going through it. I was just kind of like, that's my playstyle, I like this. And played very casually up until Shadow Paladins came out. And then I invested very heavily into the Shadow Paladin deck and started playing that. Took a break probably until it was a good chunk of the way into. This is Reijin Ichidoji, by the way, the younger brother of our main character. But I took a break pretty well into the Limit Break era to the Limit Break era. And from there, I got into it real competitively. Once we went to the Break Right era, I probably went to as many regionals as I could fit into a year without overdoing my wallet. From there, was very heavy into the what is now the V Premium scene. When Overdressed format came through standard, and what our standard is now, I took a break. I still played, but I took a break after we got the first set of encounter cards. I built Overlord. Overlord's my favorite. If you ever meet me in person, Overlord is the one deck I always stick with. I even have a custom plush of him sitting in my room. So I try to build every variation of the Overlord deck that I can. That one's my favorite. So once I was able to build his encounter deck, I haven't updated it with the Great. But I took a break after that, started focusing on the Digimon TCG, and have been playing that a little bit more and just taking a break from Vanguard right now. So I'm very happy for Deer Days to be released. It looks like a fun game. It gives me a chance to jump back into Standard and practice with some decks that I definitely missed out on going forward. We also, going forward, know that we're going to get, I believe it's going to be DLC. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be DLC that will unlock more sets as we go forward. And right now, the one piece of DLC that I really, really want to get is Toshiki Kai's. I think it's you get a character skin and sleeves, and then you get a deck recipe. They have one for Aichi and Ren as well. But those, I definitely want to go ahead and get Toshiki Kai. If you're interested in the other parts of the DLC, they have a season pass bundle as well. And then there was SP sets. You get like one of each SP card from all the sets up to a certain point. It's called Vanguard. With this series, I'm currently kind of in the air. I would love thoughts and opinions in the comments down below on this. Going through the motions and having played through Vanguard EX, I'm thinking what I'll try to do is get 2 or 3 videos recorded, or 2 or 3 matches recorded per video, depending on how fast they go. If you watch my demo, some of my games were kind of long. Some of them were fairly quick. The YouTube one, I think, was some of my longer matches. But in some of the other demo practices I had, one game I won on when I was on grade 2. So some games will go fast, some games will go slow. So that will depend on how many games I get into a video, because I know everyone's here to watch card game. They're here to watch card fights. They're here to see if I'm good or bad at the card game. Spoiler: I'm a meh. I deem myself okay. I have a few titles under my belt for playing the card game. Not in the overdress format though. I really want to start actually getting back into the standard format and playing and practicing. The voice acting in this is really good. Sometimes I have to stop. I want to hear it. I like that it's voice acted. If you've played Cardfight Vanguard EX that released on the Switch, gosh, how long ago was that? 2019? Was that 2019? I'm thinking 2019. I'm like 99% sure. But that one had character voice acting from the actual voice actors for the anime when you rode your specific grade 3 or anything like that. But the cutscenes didn't have. No, I guess they did have voice acting, didn't it? Yeah, Cardfight Vanguard EX had voice acting. I think I'm just crazy. I restarted Cardfight Vanguard EX so many times just to test speed running, messing with different stuff with it. Could I play with the Overlord trial deck and beat the whole game? Could I do it with the Deleter trial deck? Stuff like that. One clan mode, which if I could have multiple accounts on this one, I would try that. That would probably be better done on the Switch version. So I won't be trying any special runs like that with this one. Going with this one, like I said, I'm going to skip the fight tutorial. With this one, I am going to try to build a lot of different decks to showcase as we play. But, oh my gosh, I got way off topic talking about Cardfight Vanguard EX for something I was completely wrong about. EX had voice acting. I'm so used to just skipping through all the dialogue in that game, I just completely forgot about it. But we have side fights. The game will actually talk about it a little bit. We have side fights that aren't important to the main story, and then we have our main story fights, and then we also have ranked fights. In this game, I'm going to be doing a lot of grinding for VP, so that way I can buy more packs, more starter decks, and things like that, as well as trying to earn CP so I can craft to build the best versions of these decks I can. What I'm wanting, I guess the question I'm trying to ask is, would anybody be interested in seeing that more as a YouTube live stream? It would be, I can do some like ranked fights to showcase in some videos, but I think the live streaming would be a good place to show off my grinding, going for those ranked fights just to see how it is, just different things like that. This is one of those games where if I really just sat down and played for a while, I could probably get, excuse me, I could probably get a decent deck going for whatever nation I pick fairly quickly. I don't know if I want to go like that hard on it. Like I want to show some struggle. I want to see like, hey, I started with the trial deck. Now I'm updating with some basic cards. Almost as if I'm new starting over in the game. I think we're almost done with them talking. And I will get to pick my first trial deck. because I'm such a huge fan of Overlord, I am sticking with the nation that he belongs to, the Dragon Empire nation, so that is the starter I'm going to pick. If you watch the demo, that is the first one I played with. I'm going to be trying to actually build the Overlord deck as soon as I can, and that's going to be one of the first decks I'm going to focus on so I can play that, because that is my Vanguard. Overlord is my Vanguard. That is what has kept me in this game for as long as I've played it, is just having a favorite unit. I tend to actually have one for most card games I play. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Magician is my favorite. Magic the Gathering, I'm a huge fan of Jace Beleren. And Consuming Aberration. Digimon, the Black Agumon line going all the way up to Black or Greymon. I have a favorite for just about every card game I play. And everything I'm into. So for this one, it is Overlord, so that is the first deck I'm going to try to play. I'm going to work on commentary. D-skills, if you guys wouldn't mind, a lot of this stuff I'm not going to re-explain, and the only reason for that, but I will show this. So I'm going to display this because we did get one of these cards when placed on rear guard of overdress. Counterblast 1, draw 2 cards, and it gets plus 5k. This was a card in set 1 that's not part of the trial deck, so that's another reason why I'm really happy. Someone actually led me onto that and told me that I would get those cards as a starting gift, so that's going to help boost this first deck that I'm going to buy here, which is the Dragon Empire deck. If you go back and watch the demo video, I already showcased what the D skills are, went so far as even equipping them and stuff like that. Here I am going to show some additional stuff, so I do have some different things to talk about. I know everyone's ready to see a card fight, and all I'm doing is talking. It did introduce the Lyrical Monasterio deck, the pre-built deck for this. This is what our Bermuda Triangle turned into, and then it does feature the Sealed Blaze Maiden deck, which is also Dragon Empire. I bought this deck, but I did not play with it, so I actually don't know how that one plays. At least not as well as I know how Verena plays, how Nirvana plays. So we're, like I said, all this stuff here I had explained beforehand. If you guys want to go check out that video. So we're going to go ahead and select that D skill here for the draw trigger. I'm going to try to get used to doing this with a keyboard instead of my... Oh, there we go. Free verses right here. Actually, let's go to the menu here and let's get onto some deck editing. So you're going to see some stuff I hadn't really done beforehand. So we'll learn more about deck building here. You can choose what cards you want to move from storage at the top of the screen and the deck at the bottom. If you played EX, it's the same way. We can do, like I said, a mouse cursor. I'm going to try to do this with the keyboard. The mouse definitely seemed a lot easier, but I want to try to get this in the keyboard because my mouse does float around the screen. So we are going to edit the deck. So what I want to include is this right here. So it should let me go ahead and include it, and right there in the bottom it'll tell me my deck total is a little too high. So I'm thinking I might take out... So in the game you have a ride deck. So it's very hard to miss going into a grade 3. So I think what I'm going to do is take out 2 of these other grade 3s here. And we're going to call that finished and get those 2 put in there. So now we're going to go ahead and get right into a card fight. I'm not going to cut this video short until I get a couple fights in. So we are going to do the free versus here, so that we can get a chance to get a fight in. I'm excited. Sometimes I lose track of honestly what to talk about. So getting into a fight's actually going to be super helpful. You're probably going to hear a lot of ums and and should I do this, should I do that, and just It's been a bit for me. I'm very rusty. Someone told me I looked like I was just naturally playing, like I hadn't missed a step when playing in the demo. Truth is, it's been a long time for Vanguard forming. So some of these effects I have to reread. Some of these skills I have to re-go over. So please just bear with me. This is where you're going to hear more just discussion like, how do I play? How do I get this? Oh, Okay, so we got Stoikea. I didn't get to showcase anything for Stoikea in the demo, so I'm hoping we're actually going to get to see a lot of cool stuff with that. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my draw trigger. We will resolve this since I went second. I will draw. So the ride deck, as long as I discard a card from my hand, I can ride a card from my ride deck so I don't miss going into a certain grade. If you watch the demo, you also probably heard me say I'm an aggressive fighter, which to me, honestly, it's just me. My way of saying I will just keep swinging, swinging, and swinging. My goal is to hit you as fast and hard as I can, which ideally was also what Overlord was good with. For this deck that I'm playing right now, if you didn't watch the demo, you go into Nirvana. That's your grade 3. It has a skill to power up itself and your units. And so that was my D skill activating, which gave me the draw trigger, which will let me power up a unit and let me draw a card. But Verena boosts units that are in the overdress state. The overdress state is putting certain units over my Trickstar, my grade 0. And then they have different effects based on the overdress state they are in. Oh, it's been so long. I'm trying to remember the name of the version he's playing for Stoikea. Because there's the Sylvan Beast, and then begins with the Z, I think. And it took the Grand Blue type of stuff, is how it played. Alright, so he boosted, so that's 15. I'm going to choose not to guard this. I feel like I will be better off just taking the damage. Let's see. Okay. So I have a unit already in my hand that can... Oh, there we go. I got 2 units in my hand now that can overdress. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this other draw trigger. The skill here will let me actually get a Trickstar. And I'm going to call it here. Alright, let's see if I can get a big turn here. So, let's go ahead and read this card so I can make sure I do it right. I'll go ahead and get the full effect up here. So when it's placed on rear guard, if it's overdress, I can counterblast 1, draw 2, and get plus 5k. So already a really good unit. So we are going to select it, and we're going to overdress it on top of Trickstar here. I'm glad I took that extra damage because now I will counterblast 1, draw that 2, and get that extra power. Now I was hoping I would draw an extra Trickstar. I didn't, because I don't really want to call that unless I put in the overdress state. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call it here. Once again, I'm literally just going to try to go as try hard as I can. So I'll swing here first for 16. The early AIs, I'm sure, just like EXs, where they don't do a lot of guard. They're just a little bit easier to get you started, and then from there they get tougher. Okay, so that's a no pass. So let's see what I get drive check wise. I've got a perfect guard, so that'll help me out if he gets anything crazy. Going first definitely has its advantages for some decks. He'll be the first one to grade 3. So if he's got another copy of the grade 3 in his hand, he'll be able to Persona Ride. Persona Riding is riding the same grade 3. Okay, so who is that? I actually don't know that unit at all. Let's see, you got any effects that are going to go off? Okay, let's read this card because I actually don't know it. It's got Persona Ride, so it can be Persona. So let's see, Soul Blast 1, call up to 3 plant tokens, 5k power and have boost. When this unit is attacked, I can retire 1 or more of my tokens, and it gets plus 5k until the end of battle for each unit retired for this cost. Glitter. This card is a glitter that seeks the Fire Regalis. So that is the stuff I don't know, is the Fire Regalis. So that is why this game is actually a big deal to a player like me, because I'm so far behind that I don't know what that means. So using this game, I'll be able to learn. hopefully improve, and then get back into playing, hopefully get back into playing locally, building some decks, and then trying some IRL events. Right now I'm mainly just focusing hard on Digimon. Over trigger, there we go. Okay, so we will just go ahead and give that to my Vanguard to make them super, super hard to kill. The card gets removed so I don't take the damage. Alright, so that is a unit I don't want him to take down, so we are going to guard. We'll select this, and that should be good. Okay. Like I said, going forward, I'm thinking the game will definitely get a lot more difficult. Yes, we want to go ahead and do that. I don't think I'll be needing this, so we'll discard it. I do love that the game has the, when you go to your grade 3s, the animation. Her skill, I'll Soul Blast and then get a Verena from my deck. I already have the ideal one that I want in my hand. So right now we're going to call the Trickstar over, which will retire that grade 1 I had there. And then we're going to go into... Oh, see, I just messed up, guys. I hit call instead of overdress, so that's actually going to... You guys got to see the first mistake there. That is actually going to affect a lot of what I do. Now I need to discard a card from my hand. We'll go ahead and just discard this. Wow. I made a mistake. So now, to fix it, I'm having to do this. And so here's what I messed up on. I hit call. I'm supposed to hit overdress. And overdress over the unit. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. In the first video, I have made a mistake. It's not going to cost me the game, but that does sting a little bit. So, we are going to end the phase here. My opponent is at 5 damage with only 4 cards in hand. The chances of them recovering is super slim. I'm going to use my counterblast here. Give my whole front row plus 10k. He's got to hope for some heal triggers and some perfect guards. Yeah, so he's going to get rid of those to power himself up. Well, it was plus 5k for each one, yeah, so 23. So I need 2 triggers. He's got 2 cards in hand. I'm only trying to do 1 damage, so we're going to go ahead and give the power here to my rear guard. In the second check. Front trigger. Well, if I'd have given it to my Vanguard, I'd have hit. So my Vanguard's not going to hit now. He did successfully guard it, but now I have a bigger swings here with my rear guards. So he shouldn't be able to guard this. Yep, so now he's betting on a heal trigger. Let's see what happens. No heal trigger. There we go. First mistake, first victory. Let's go! Oh my gosh. I won't lie, it probably doesn't sound like it in my voice, but playing Vanguard, having something new like this, it's actually pumping me up. I'm getting more excited as I play. So thank you for everyone who is sticking with me on this right now, because this is a lot of fun. I'm having a blast playing this. So we acquired a card for playing. We got an Aurora Battle Princess. I will probably be building that later because that deck is fire. That deck is so good. So this is the main fight we had done in the demo. Let's see if we can repeat our success from the demo into this. Now that I'm figuring out my buttons on here, I just gotta stick with the Z. Down below, besides, answering if you'd like to see some live streams of my grinding and my rank fighting, besides just seeing these videos, go ahead and tell me if you picked up the game, what you picked it up on, Switch or Steam. And if you did it on Steam, let's get some fights going in. I'd like to see everyone else's decks. I'd like to see some unique deck builds. I'd like to just see everyone's talent coming forward. Vanguard is a fun game. It connected me to a lot of people. It is a game near and dear. Ha ha ha, dear days. But it is a game near and dear to my heart. It is a game I don't think I could ever stop playing or ever stop loving as I go forward in my life and my TCG career, and hopefully going forward in a YouTube career. This is what I'm trying to grow and be bigger on. Also, just for my Digimon fans, if I have anybody that's a huge fan of the Digimon TCG, I'm getting ready to get some deck profiles up for some decks that I'm currently playing in the EX3 meta. Bloom Lord, Blue Flare. I've even got a Crossheart deck built that I really am enjoying. Gonna get some deck profiles going for that. We're gonna start doing box openings probably once we get to BT 11. Right now, everyone's kind of already opened boxes. Everyone knows what the cards are. I'm also gonna try to get on some Tabletop Simulator games. We have One Piece that's coming out soon. I haven't really decided if I'm gonna dedicate a lot of time to that, but I definitely know I'm building a couple decks for it. The game's just fire. And for I unfortunately don't have a regular Switch. I have a Switch Lite. I have a couple options for possibly trying to record some of the new Pokemon stuff, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. I know a lot of people are going to do Pokemon content going forward. I would like to actually take that journey with you guys together, exploring the new game, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one shown just because I don't have the proper equipment. And besides that, I have a Switch Lite. That one's going to require me to actually use a camera to record that and hope it turns out decent quality and doesn't sound really weird. And the audio for that might just be bad. So I don't know if I'm going to do that one at all until I can get a Switch that I can hook up to my capture card itself. So might unfortunately have to skip out on some Pokemon content going forward, but that game does drop this week. If anybody is looking for friends to play on it, trade, battle, stuff like that, I am absolutely down. Just let me know. I'm ready to play a ton of people and get back into some Pokemon grinding too. I'm really looking forward to this new game. And if I win, she's betting it all. Alright guys, let's do this. So this opening part was very, very long, a lot of explanation, a lot of stuff going forward. So after this fight, I'll probably call it, and then we'll get into another episode. By the way, I set myself on some small goals going forward with YouTube. If I've unfortunately had a lot of friends before who just have some unrealistic goals. So my goal was for my demo video to get at least 50 views. You guys blew that out of the park for me. Last I checked, it was at 84. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but 84 is huge to me. It was a huge deal to me. So thank you guys for that early support. It's definitely inspiring me to keep grinding. Alright, so in this match I'm going first. My opening hand is not terrible. I definitely think I can go off. I'm set to do 2 Persona rides with my Nirvanas here. Alright, yep, he's okay. Still playing Eugene. I didn't think his deck would change just between the demo and that, so he's definitely playing Eugene. Take that. Let's see if my D-skill activates. Nope. So that's fine. That's a card I would rather be in the damage zone, just because it's not a card I'm going to use right away. So we do want to go into the Blaze Maiden here. You know what? I feel gutsy. Let's discard this Perfect Guard. Part of me's really hoping that wasn't a bad decision, but I think I'll be all right here. All right, so we're going to get Trickstar. We're not going to make that mistake that we made in the first game. We are going to overdress here. I like that this is the first one I'm overdressing again. The skill is just too good. I can't wait to get 2 more of this unit right here. It's definitely going to be the MVP. Alright, let's see. We're going to go ahead and call her here. And then we're going to call back here to support my Vanguard. And we're just going to go ham. We're just going to start swinging right into the face here. So we will attack here. Skill, give it plus 2k. Let's see what happens. Alright, so didn't get a defensive trigger. We're going to go ahead and swing with my rear guard here. As I start going, I should hopefully start remembering the names of units. Is it Varenas? Let's look here. Virena. Yeah, Virena, okay. And then, I'll say all I remember is Blaze Maiden, Ryu. Alright, so let's attack with the Vanguard here. Let's see, we gonna guard? No guard? No guard, okay. No trigger, but now we've already pushed him to 3. So halfway there. With my aggressive style of playing, it really is just a how much damage are you at, how much can I push to make you eventually start losing cards in your hand, or you just lose the game. Alright, so let's see what you got coming for me. So I'm only at 1 damage. Taking early damage isn't that big of a deal to me. And this number is already super, super big. So we are going to no guard this. We're going to go ahead and take that hit. And he didn't hit a trigger. Alright, sweet. Now let's see if we hit one. Nope, we lost another Virena. I think they're all named the same thing. They just have different... I'm also going to no guard this because I do want to get another grade 2 there. Okay, got a draw trigger. Really would have preferred that beforehand. Dang. Alright. Still in a good spot. Being at 3 damage, now I just have to be a little more pickier about the damage I choose to take. Alright, we're going to go for this from the ride deck. We're going to go ahead and discard this. So I am set to start Persona riding. I don't really see myself beating him this turn. We will Soul Blast and search our deck for another Virena. Specifically, I have to pick this one. So normally, if you're wondering what I was doing there, I was getting ready to count triggers. Because it's still kind of early in the game, I didn't feel a reason to to go ahead and count my triggers. But what I normally do there is I count how many triggers are left in my deck while I search for my Virena, because that ability only lets me... I don't know why I just did that, guys. I started talking and I lost track of stuff. We'll go ahead and call that without overdressing it. We'll be okay. I got to talking and made a mistake. So, I guess I know what my title is going to be for this first video. Stop making mistakes, Kadron. That's definitely going to be the title. Stop making mistakes. So we are going to go ahead and swing. Thankfully, I think these early fights are fairly easy, so I don't have to worry as much. I also just made another mistake. Oh my gosh, guys. Do I even know how to play Vanguard? Because I'm starting to think I don't. My Vanguard will let me give plus 10k to my overdressed unit here on my left column, and I decided, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to swing with it. Wow. I would like to go ahead and say that when you see me next time, in the next video, I will hopefully be making less mistakes. Alright, let's see if I get a trigger to go through. Alright, so there's Trickstar. And critical trigger. So we'll give all effects to my Vanguard here. Oh, I have to confirm it. There we go. Give all the effects there. I break through. Well, guys, I might actually end it right here. Luck. Luck is how I'm going to win this with the multiple mistakes I just made. Luck. Oh, man. Come on. Alright, we got the win. We got the win. Let's go. Achievement unlocked. Linker of Hearts. Wow, I made so many mistakes. Wow. But we won. So now at this point, I think there's one more fight that the demo featured. I featured one fight that the demo didn't, and that was against the brother. This fight right here was featured in the demo. My demo fight definitely went a lot better than what this one did. So, my gosh, I'm literally just in awe with myself that I made those mistakes. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna start remembering how my cards work. I'm gonna start remembering to pay attention. I like how I say this, but like, I'm so sure my brain's gonna forget something and I'm gonna make mistakes. So the goal here is, if I make mistakes, I guess, just keep plowing forward, make the best out of it that I can. But wow. Okay. Whew. This is what it's like getting some rust off. I thought the demo did it enough for me. Okay, so the fight with him, that is the next main story fight. That will catch us up to where everyone had seen before. So I will do that one. Starting in the next video. I'm waiting to get back to the map to see if there's any side fights that aren't story related, because I will probably get those done before doing the main fight, just so I can get some of that stuff earned. I don't want to start buying packs or anything until I kind of want to show those more on screen. I think it'd be kind of fun to slowly do packs after I get so much VP, and then get full boxes, and then whatever I pull is what we'll put into the decks to update it. One thing I'm definitely going to try to do going forward, I know I have the internet as an available resource for decks that I'm not sure how to play or even how to build. I'm going to try to avoid that until I absolutely cannot avoid it to build a deck. I'm going to try and build some things just straight from memory and try to get back into some decent deck building skills, because I might try to build some fun decks that maybe we don't see played as much anymore in the meta. Like, I'm not sure if Eugene still played. I remember playing Eugene for a little bit and he was fun. I remember playing Sylvan Beasts until I did build a newer Sylvan Beast deck, with the grade 4 that used is it Inlet Pulse? I think it's Inlet Pulse. I did build that deck, so that's like the newest deck I played was the grade 4 Sylvan Beast King deck. Okay, cool. So we got Dragon Empire Doshi's deck. So does that open him up for me to fight him, or I'm not 100% sure. You know what, guys? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do one more fight. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. We're past as far as the demo took us, and everything you'll see past here will be new. And that's where I'd like to get at. So let's go ahead and get to that point. We're gonna go ahead and get this fight out of the way. Okay. So I do apologize for anyone that's just like, hey man, he got really quiet. Sometimes I do get wrapped up in the stories. I am very curious about this story that we have going on. While talking to you guys, I am trying to read. So while talking, I'm also trying to read and comprehend what's being said, and I'm trying to make sure I don't get button happy and skip through a bunch of different things. So right now, I'm just more interested in like, hey, like he's all part of the team, and he disappeared all of a sudden one day. I'm very excited to see where this series takes me. I'm currently in a transition period when it comes to my gaming. Some things changed in my life, and I went down to just having a Switch Lite and my good old PC that I've had here for a while. And so now I'm kind of converting to PC gaming. It's been a transition. I'm so used to just booting up a console and playing on that. I still have a lot of my old retro consoles. I'm more or less talking about like my newer stuff that I was playing a lot of games on and was intending to record some games for. But as I've been adjusting these last couple weeks into PC gaming, it's awesome. I enjoy it just as much as I enjoy console gaming. So you can definitely count me as a fan of pretty much anything that'll let you game. If it's a game, Cadron is there. I feel like that is like my little motto there. If it's a game, Cadron's there. I love games. It's something I've always been about of. My current full-time job is actually dealing with games, doing escape rooms and arcade games and things like that. So, like, my previous job before that was working for a game retailer company, and it if it's had something to do with games in the last 6 years, I've just tried to be a part of it, and now I'm finally comfortable enough to get out on YouTube and record games and just have a lot of fun doing it, because that's what I want. I just want to have fun and I want to enjoy it. I won't lie, beginning this video, super nervous. I wasn't nervous in the demo video, super nervous in this video. Trying to watch the uhs and ums, you know, that just happens, that just comes. I'm terrible at speaking, so I always have a lot of uhs and ums. But the nerves as I've been playing and I got to card fight, I'm getting more excited. I'm starting to sit up in my chair more. I'm reading my cards. I'm excited to see how the game just keeps moving forward and letting me build new decks and challenging me against new people, and I get to learn stuff. So part of this is actually going to be blind for me for the cards, which is awesome. That's amazing to me. I'm excited to get into this and just be like, hey, I don't know what any of these do. Let's build a fun deck. If you've got cool deck recipes, throw them down my way. Help me learn. Teach me. You guys that have been playing Vanguard and haven't stopped in standard format, you guys are the MVP. But going forward, besides this game, I'm wanting to start doing some retro games, gameplay for my card games, stuff like that. So this is going to be a very diverse channel. Once I can, and if I start seeing any kind of success with the channel, then I'm probably going to start trying to split it off, so that way I don't have my TCG group having to scour through a bunch of video game videos or some Let's Play videos. I say video game videos, Let's Play videos, trying to find my most recent deck profile, and then vice versa. I don't want someone who's looking for my video game stuff and it's just like, hey, I'm seeing he did like 5 deck profiles in like a 3-day span, so that's a ton. Where's our video game stuff? So as the channel grows and I start figuring things out, because this is definitely a learning experience. This is all new to me. I'm just trying to start out. But I definitely have goals. I'm currently looking to get up to 50 subscribers. 50 subscribers is definitely where I want to go. So if you wouldn't mind sharing my channel, putting it out there for me, letting people know that I'm here and I'm trying, that would be awesome. But the first goal is actually going to be 50 subscribers, and then I'm gonna let the community pick a game from a list, and we're gonna do a Let's Play for that one. So that's gonna be my first, I guess you call it a sub goal. That's gonna be my first sub goal, is hey, pick a game off this list and we're gonna play it all the way through, front to back. I'm also hoping for this video, I have a view goal. My first view goal for the demo video was 50. I'm looking to try to get to 60. Basic goals, just start little steps and then going from there. I also would like input on what other games you guys would like to see, recommendations on equipment. Right now I have I have a really powerful PC, a double monitor setup, I have a really nice mic, things like that, but I'm always looking for advice on things that might help me out in the future, going forward. So yeah, and I'm all about wanting to connect with community. So if there's like, I'm getting ready to get into Warzone 2.0, if there's anybody who's like, hey, I'm huge on Warzone, like I'll play with you, let me know. I'm terrible at it. I'm going to be learning how to play it on PC. I'm so used to a controller, but I'm down. I want to try to get some community days and just hang out with people and play. Got a lot of different projects in the work, but I just want to see how everything goes going forward. So let's go on this journey together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, so we are going to ride. I really want to be aggressive in my first turn, but I also have the opportunity for these two on my turn 2. So I think I'm going to discard this, because I want my Nirvana in hand so that way I can Persona Ride. Since I went second, I'll get to draw. Alright, and we are going to call my Blaze Maiden here. That is her name, right? She's a Blaze Maiden. Yes, Blaze Maiden Reno. Awesome. So I'm getting there. With her skill of getting that power when she attacks, we'll start putting the hurt on my opponent here. Alright, damage check. Alright, so 1 damage. Alright, here we go. No guarding, so D skill, so better chance of a draw trigger. Alright, I got it. Draw trigger, draw prig. I almost said draw prig. Like I was trying to say perfect guard and trigger at the same time. That's not correct. The draw trigger is super helpful to me right now because since I tend to not... Since when I need to guard, I tend to guard with like the 15Ks. Discarding that draw trigger for my write-ups is super helpful. Okay, so I need to have at least... Let me read him real quick. Or her. If I remember correctly, I think everything's gender neutral. Oh, I drew my over trigger. That's disappointing. Okay, so it's just a Soul Blast to pull that off. We are going to no guard and take the attack. Alright, let's see what the damage looks like. Alright, that's not a big deal. I'm gonna... Oh, you have a skill. Guess I should also be reading his cards. We are gonna no guard this one as well. Getting my over trigger, that's a bit disappointing. I'll be excited when I get the over trigger that's for Dragon Empire. I do remember the over triggers. I do remember what the regular ones do. It had been a while since I played with the generic one, so that was interesting to see it. Alright, so we'll discard. We'll use her skill. That'll let us go ahead and get a Trick Star from the deck. We'll go ahead and put him there. Alright, so let's go ahead and move the Blaze Maiden back. We're going to call this Trick Star here. We will do an Overdress here. And then we will Counterblast 1 to get that 5k and the Draw 2. The Draw 2 being the more important thing. To see that pumped up our end. My gosh, I have seen every single Verena. So, my riding skill for my Blaze Maiden Vanguard isn't going to do as much for me. Let's go into the battle phase here. We'll go ahead and do the 15k first. Okay, no guarding. So just like how the other opponents have gone so far, they're taking that first bit of damage. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Vanguard for this next one. Should have attacked my Vanguard first, but hindsight's 20/20. I would not have guessed a front trigger right there. Okay, so that pushes him to 4. We'll swing here now. His own skill will give him plus 10k, and then I can choose to Soul Blast. Right? I think I can cancel it. Yeah, okay. Yep, canceled that, so I don't have to worry about that. Just get that extra power. Okay, so we've already pushed him to 5. Does the game give a final... Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's his Burrow Magnus. Wonder if this game's got a final turn option just like EX did. I wonder. I remember playing the Burrow Magnus deck. It was a lot of fun. I think I still have it somewhere. I'm going to no guard this attack. I know it probably seems like I'm just playing risky and I'm not being at... what's the word I'm looking for? That I'm not thinking a lot of plays through. This is actually how my playstyle always was. Once I hit 3 damage is kind of when I started guarding more. It did change depending on the deck I played. If a deck required me to actually kind of wait till I saw a lot of damage because I needed to stall out longer to get my Persona right or to get Soul Charge, things like that, I would do that. So I can't use this one's effect anymore since it's just when I overdress. So I'm going to go ahead and save that Verena because that Verena gets the plus 10k either way. But at this point, I'm leaning more towards this game is over. Oh, since I have so many extra Verenas, I'll go ahead and discard so that way I can go into Nirvana here. But all I was saying is that was just my playstyle. We'll cancel here. I don't want to activate that. since I saw 4 Verenas. That's just my play style, in all honesty. Let's go ahead and get rid of the perfect guard here. It's just after... Now, like I said, depending on the deck, I changed how I would play and when I would guard and when I wouldn't. Make sure we overdress. Okay, and then we're going to go right into the battle here. Also, with these early AIs, I'm just noticing they're not as aggressive. It's a lot easier to guard. Right now, with 8 cards in hand, I know he's going to guard a lot for these attacks, so I'll probably end up having to survive one more turn, which I don't feel will be impossible. Especially with me having so many Nirvanas in hand for me to Persona ride the next turn, I should definitely be able to take him out the next turn. But all my attacks right now are swinging for lethal. He guarded with 2 there. I'm going to go ahead and swing with this one that I just put the extra crit on, because I am going to use his effect. This time I will Soul Blast, so that way I can get rid of the unit he has so he can't intercept with that. He chose not to guard. Alright, cool. So we're going to get that win. Oh, I meant to press B to see if there was a final turn option. In EX, if you didn't play it, you could declare final turn and it got you some bonus Vanguard points. So right now my total VP is 74. I think that should be enough for a box. Let's find out. We'll get past this dialogue here and then we'll see how much a box is. And I might just end this video just making it a little bit longer. Thank you guys for sticking out with me. I know this one, but the beginning part was probably really boring. But I'm going to see about getting a box open, and then we can see what we can pull. And then I will do some deck upgrades, and when you see me in the next video, I should be up on the deck list, the deck screen, and I'll point out what changes I made, so that way you guys can see what all I'm trying out. Remember, I am trying to build Overlord, so I'm going to be digging for that. So I might try to buy that box first, if that box is open. I also wonder if this has like a nation box. So in EX, you had a clan box and you only got cards from that clan. I wonder if this has a nation box and I can just try to focus on the one nation box instead of individual packs that'll have different things. That way I can just focus on one nation to build, and I can keep doing that and get other cards for other Dragon Empire stuff while I'm building Overlord. And then once I get Overlord done, I do have a Facebook page. It's just Kadron. You guys can go ahead and head to that, and I will do a poll about what nation I'll build a deck from next. And we'll select I'll select a nation, and then I'll pick a deck from that nation that I think might be fun to build. Or if you guys want, let me know in the comments below. I know I'm asking you guys to let me know about a ton of different things, but you can let me know in the comments below what deck you'd want me to build out of that nation once I announce which nation won. Let's see what this team name's gonna be. Setsugetsuka. Huh. There you go. Alright, so now we have formed a team. In case I went through that a little too quick. Oh! I'm sorry, is that a skill that lets me get front triggers easier? Bad. Doesn't sound bad at all. Okay, so I'm a little worried now that I might have skipped a side fight because I didn't search like this. So that's my bad. Let's go to the shop real quick. You can purchase supplies. There are 3 card shops in the town. The story is set in. Osen, Stray Cat, and Berserk. The products of each shop is usually the same. Vanguard Point. Start decks of the shops are built so beginners can fight. And then we have awesome sleeves. Okay, and then we know about CP is so we can craft cards. Alright, so let's look right into the buy pack. So let's see what the options are. So that right there is the Great. So that's what I'll be building. Now I haven't played the Great's version of the deck, so this will be interesting. Okay, so they do have it separated by my gosh, guys, I can't talk for a second. I'm sorry, there's a whole promo thing just on its own? That's awesome. Okay, so we do have a Dragon Empire card pack. So, can I select it? So I guess it doesn't do it by boxes anymore. I think I have enough to afford 6 packs. Oh, it has a button where I can press maximum. Okay, so maximum. Let's go ahead and buy these 6 packs, and let's just see what I get out of the 6 packs. Alright, so we're going to go through these individually. Okay. I apologize, that's not a unit I know. I know Berserk Dragon. I don't know who this is. Drag Ritter Girl of Flame Blossoms. Is it Radilina? Radilina? Glitter Roroa. If your Vanguard is a glitter with Roroa in its card name. So it makes tokens? Oh, guys, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun here. Okay, let's go to the next pack. Yeah, like I said, there are cards I just don't know. Okay, so I got another Berserk Dragon, so I'm a little getting there on the Overlord. Who is... Okay, I didn't play with the level 4 Nirvana. During your turn, if you have a unit with overdress in the state, all your front units get plus 10k. Counter plus 1 to put a card with Nirvana, its card name from your hand or soul into your drop. Choose a grade 0 from your drop, call it to rearguard. Choose one of your opponent's vanguards, and your opponent's name becomes 4 or less, deal 1 damage. Wow. Was that like a tier 1 deck or anything when that was around? There we go, that's the perfect guard I want to get. These perfect guards. The other one is discard and can't be hit. This one is when it's put on Guardian, choose one of my units and it can't be hit. If my hand has 2 or more, I have to discard. So if I only have 2 perfect guards in my hand, I can play one and then I don't have to discard and it'll let me use the other. Let's go to the next pack. Was that like only my 2nd pack or is that my 3rd pack? Okay, I don't know who you are either. This is awesome. At the beginning of your ride phase, you get all of your front units get plus 5k. When she attacks. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of fun here. Okay. So, is this the last pack I have to open? Oh, sweet! Burning Flare. And I got another the Perfect Guard. And then there's Nahalem. Oh, one more pack. Okay. Is that 3 Berserk Dragons right there for me? Trick Moon. I don't know who Trick Moon is. And there is the end. Okay, so I'm getting started on my Overlord deck right here. This is awesome. During your turn, if your soul has Dragonic Overlord, this unit's drives cannot decrease. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Counter blast 1 and discard 2 cards from your hand. Stay in this unit and it gets drive -1. I am ecstatic. Let's go. Okay, that should have been the last pack. So I can show all the cards here. I got some cards for Overlord. Not enough to actually build a deck. I did get some cards to start improving the deck we currently have, so I might make some changes to that as I go forward. I gotta look at the cards again, especially since I got 3 of the other perfect guards. I'll definitely want to run those. Yep, looks like I got 3 of the Berserk Dragons. I know he's good. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted, put in soul, choose one of your units. Okay, yeah, so that one's not terrible. Yeah, like I said, guys, a lot of these cards I don't even know Trick Moon. That's from the Sealed Blaze. Yeah, the Sealed Blaze Maidens. So I know that one. So like I said, guys, there's a lot of cards I don't know, so this is going to be a learning experience for me, but heck yes, this is exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. The video has ran a little long. I'm sorry if I bored you guys. I will probably do this free versus off camera and might do some grinding just to get used to my deck. But when I come back, I will show you changes I've made to the deck. If I've gotten more cards, I will point out those cards for you. I can't see myself playing enough to actually get Overlord done between finishing this recording and doing the next one. But I will show you the updates to the deck. if I've added any more cards, and then we will do this main versus next time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me, your support means a lot to me as I take this journey and try to grow here on my channel. So thank you guys. Stay safe. Have a good one.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in the